Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is Jerry. It is January 13th, 2026, and that means Tuesday. We have the mayor up here with us and a special guest with us. How you been
Doing
doing,
good.
Mayor?
Doing good. How about you, Jared?
Doing all right. Just got back from Texas this weekend.
Texas.
Yeah, I went to a little family reunion
Yeah.
and had a little get together, had some food.
What part?
Dallas.
Dallas. Did you drive?
Yeah, that was a long one. I left Friday, came back Sunday. So.
Yeah. That's a good little drive.
Long
Did you just hit I 40?
drive. I went through Memphis and Little Rock and all that.
Yeah, I 40. Yeah, that's a long, bumpy, and I'm going to imagine they had road construction.
Oh.
I traveled that road 25 years ago working on the road and road construction all the way. Not continuous, I don't guess, but it felt like it. But
I was there 35 years, we didn't have a roll line. It was done.
well, it was dirt when you went through there.
It was rock.
Still a dirt road, yeah,
35 years.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, we've got a special guest today. We've got girls head basketball coach Cody Ring and the Hackleburg High School principal Trey George. And good to have them up. Talk about one basketball team, kind of get a mid-year review, I guess, from Cody. Let him talk about them, and then Trey can speak about where we're at through the school year. But how are y'all?
Good. Just trying to get better every day. Got an older team with a younger team, so we're kind of the tale of kind of two teams. We've got four seniors, three of those start, and then mainly after that we're freshmen and sophomores. So got two freshmen that start, two freshmen come off the bench, play pretty good minutes every now and then a couple of sophomores that come off the bench and pick up quite a few minutes. Sometimes we play pretty good defense, scrappy group, but sometimes struggle to score it. Overall, I think we're about 10-5, 10-6. Lost to the teams we've lost to. They've been some good teams that we've lost to. Lost to Marion County twice, and they've got a squad over there. They're really good. Beat Brilliant in area play, and then lost to them in the NAC tournament. They've got a good team. Hadley Sanderson's a really good athlete, and she's tough. But we got them in the area game, so that was the kind of the important one. We've got them again tonight at home, 5 o'clock, another area game against them. I've seen some, with some of the freshmen, I knew I told Coach George going into the season that there'd be a lot of growing pains with some of them because that first year on varsity is different, just getting used to the speed of the game and the size and the strength of some of the the girls that you're going to be playing against. It's a lot different than junior high, and starting a freshman at point guard, being coach, you sit over there and you kind of got to grit your teeth and try not to say too much, make her lose her confidence. And that's for two reasons. One, she's freshman, and you're not trying to hey, it's going to be a learning curve. You're going to have to learn to adjust and learn on the fly and just get better every game. And then second, you got to go home. You got to go home and talk to her at night because she's your daughter, and makes it even tougher. Where you got to separate being coach and being dad. And but I think she's done a really good job this year. She last night we played. She struggled a little bit, and on the car ride home, it was one of those, hey, it's gonna happen. It's like I tell all the girls after the game. I said we're gonna flush that one. That one don't even in the in the grand scheme of things. We want to win them all, but that one's not one that affects any of our goals that we have. So just go out. Tomorrow night's the one that means the most. So we flush this one, forget about it, lock in for tomorrow night, and go out and just give it all we got and come. Try to come home with another win tonight at home. So
Yeah. So tonight is a big one.
tonight's a big one. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
Put pressure on.
Yeah, we've got a good opportunity to lock up the number 2 seed in the area tournament tonight with a win. So that would be big, really big for us. Still, I'm pretty sure Marion County's already locked up the top seed. Like I said, they're a really strong team. They're one of those teams where they've got 5 weapons on the floor at all times. You can't take possession off defensively. It's they make it. You can't play a zone. They shoot the ball too well, and then when you go man or any other type of defense, they've just got so many girls that handle the basketball. Basketball IQ is off the chart for all of them, but. We played them a lot better the second time. We played them first time. It was a little shell shocked out there from the get-go. But they jumped on us pretty good. But then second time we played them, we played them at Guin. Come out, we were only down by 2 at the end of the first quarter, and then we were down by about 6 or 7 with about 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, and they went on a little run. And third quarter, we were within 12 with about 4 minutes to go, and they scored 19 after that. So
Yeah.
In the third quarter. So, but we played them a lot tougher that game, and this team, a lot of times you get down, and some teams might quit. This team, they haven't done that. They've gotten down, they fought. They're doing all the right things. It's just, like I said at the beginning, sometimes we struggle to put the ball in the basket. So we're going to have to. That's what I tell them. If we're not going to be able to put the ball in the basket, we're going to have to play excellent defense and no possessions off, and so I think they do a good job of that. And last night we just ran into Phil Campbell team. They're a good team, and Leela Baker. She's a senior over there, excellent basketball player, and I'm not sure she missed a shot in the first half. And most all of them were contested. She's just a good basketball player. So,
Yeah.
But we got Jordan Ware. She's having a really good season so far. I think she's averaging around 15 and a half, 16 points a game with about 13 rebounds a game. So she's doing really well. Emma Murray, she's averaging pretty close to 10. And then Ellie Nichols. She's averaging right around 8 to 10 as well. Ellie's a phenomenal shooter. She's hit a little bit of a rut in some games, but shooters are shooters, and she's going to come out of it. So that's why I just tell her. Sometimes you can see them kind of starting to, shots aren't falling, start to lose your confidence a little. Girl, you're one of the best shooters around. You just keep firing that thing up. I promise you it'll go in. You didn't forget how to shoot in a few weeks. It's going to go in. You run through it. All shooters have that, where you just got to shoot yourself out of it, see 1 or 2 go in, and that'll be the end of it. So.
I wasn't a shooter, but I kept shooting until Coach Anglin took me out. So,
Are you a
if they went in, great. If not, I should have made it. Should have went in, But
That's right.
yeah, come here, sit down. Not beside me on the end of the bench.
But we've played some teams that have really helped us too this year. We opened the season with Carbon Hill and beat them, but they're pretty good. They're a pretty good team too. They've went on a little run here in the last few weeks, and they're not a bad team. Especially for us to be able to play. And then, like I said, Phil Campbell was a decent team. Brilliant, Guin, which both are in our area, and to me, we probably play in the toughest area in 1A basketball. For the last 5 years, somebody in our area has either won the state championship or gotten second place, runner up, and so it's a tough area, and that's good because it gets you prepared. Gets you prepared for everything else that's coming. But we played Haleville. That Haleville is one of those teams. They're not. They don't have the size. They're young, and then they don't have the size to be just super competitive in 4A basketball. But for a 1A team, it's a tough matchup. They've got a lot of speed. Got an excellent point guard. That she's really good. She's a sophomore. So they've got a pretty good little future coming up too. And Belgreen, play Belgreen. Belgreen's always tough. And we sometimes we find ourselves, like I was telling Coach George last night, that game last night was just kind of a mismatch for us, and that's the thing about basketball is, everybody talks, well, this team beat this team by 20 and we beat them by 5, so but you don't translate in basketball.
All about matchups.
Yeah, it's all about matchups. That's what I told the girls, last night after the game. We generally run 3 true guards and then kind of a tweener between guard and post, and then a true post. And last night they come out with just 5 quick guards, and I mean all 5 of theirs handle the basketball. They drive to the basket, and they play excellent, defense, just quickness. And that's that's kind of some of the matchups we run into trouble with, where we've got a size advantage, which is good, on the offensive end. Like last night, Jordan had 16, Emma had 15. Our two posts, but then defensively, we just had trouble, standing in front. They were getting to the rim a little bit, kicking out, making some open threes, and then, like I said, the Baker girl, she just did really well, shot the ball really well last night. I think she had 21 in the first half, so she had an excellent game.
Yeah. So when you're in year 1, when you get, I guess established, what kind of team do you want to have? Do you want to run? Do you want to be a half-court team? Or what do you?
It's funny that's I told Coach George, I've always been just let's go, run. But this year, and I would love to do that still, but this year you kind of got to adjust. And we're one of those teams that this year it's going to be a grind it out. You're just going to play excellent on the defensive end, offensive end. We're just going to have to get open shots, make open shots. We're going to have to be in not a lot of transition now. Moving forward as we. The younger group, there's probably a little bit more speed and quickness with some of the younger group and some of the ones coming up too. So yeah, we want to get into being able to just play 94 feet, man to man, 94 feet, just get after it, and speed the pace of the game up, try to create as many turnovers as you can, get easy buckets off turnovers. And I think last year with the girls team last year, they could get out and transition a little bit. You had Carson Browning, who's gritty but super fast end to end, and then you had one of your bigs, Sailor Cooper. She was like a deer.
Yeah.
She'd get a rebound and 3 steps she's at the other end. So that's where we've kind of I don't say taking a step back, but that's one thing that we can't do as well this year is get out and transition and really go. And it's something we got to work on. But that's the way we would like to play. Kind of moving forward is speed the pace up, just dog them on defense. And just create just much chaos defensively. And with some of the younger girls, some of the freshmen, trying to slowly ease some of them into it, because it's kind of a tipping point. You want to get them in there and you want to get them some playing time, but you don't want to if they start struggling. Like last night, for instance, I could see one of them start struggling a little bit, and I just get her out and be like, look, you gotta just calm down, because you don't want them to get out there and just lose their confidence. But they need that. They need to see that speed and size and strength. Because I mean, next year it's going to be more of the same. But you know, I feel like just getting acclimated to it. You know, we've got you know, most of our seniors have been playing since they were in the, you know, 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade. And
Who are your seniors? on the
so I've
team?
got Jordan Ware, Emma Murray, Ellie Nichols, and Maddie Burt. So 3 of those have kind of been playing pretty much their whole, you know, junior high. They might have got a little bit of junior high action, but most of it was varsity action. And you know, so I tell, you know, some of the freshmen, I'm like, you know, you got to look, these girls, when they started, you know, they ran through the same little troubles that you're running through now. But it's, you know, it's all, for them, I preach to them all the time. It's, you know, if you're not in a gym working, if you're not getting good reps up, I can promise you there's a school 15 miles down the road that is. And, you know, that's what separates being good and being great is not, you know, how athletic you are, you know, how talented you are. It's how hard you work. So you can have all the talent in the world, but if you're getting outworked day in and day out, eventually, you know, Mark Sears said it last year after a year before last, after a NCAA tournament game, you know, hard work's undefeated, and that's not a lie. I mean, if you work hard, it doesn't matter if it's basketball, school, work, you know, whatever it is, hard work pays off, and in the end, if you continue working hard, you'll get the results you're looking for. And if you don't, then you live with the result because you know you did everything that you didn't leave anything, and that's, you know, the kind of the message that I try to get across to, you know, the team, especially the seniors, is, you know, like, hey, this is your last, you know, it's sad, it's on its way to coming to an end, but like this is where you've got to, every single game you go out there, you can't leave anything on the court, because if you do, you'll wake up and you'll be 30 years old and you'll be regretting, you know, you'll be regretting
Thinking
it.
back on, golly, I could have given a little bit more.
Yeah.
I know I could have, but you don't really realize that.
Yeah, but great group
As a
of
player,
girls.
but-
You know, I couldn't ask for a better group. I mean, they get along well. Team chemistry is really good. You know, but you know, with girls, it's you never know what you're going to get from one day to the next a lot of times, and that's just part of it. And
Well, boys too, for that matter. I mean, but girls, you know,
but they generally keep a really good attitude. They're like me. They hate losing, and losing ticks them off, and
that's the main thing.
That's the main thing. But you know, no, we've still got everything in front of us that you know matters. And it's, you know, the good thing about, you know, a basketball season, it's a long season, but you're really using the season to prepare for one game. You know, if you can lock up the number 2 or the number 3 in area, you're in a 1-game season in the area tournament. You win that, you at least advance to the sub-region, and then you're in another 1-game season. You know, you win that, you advance, and so everything that we've set out to accomplish is still within our reach. So mission has, what I told the girls last night, mission hasn't changed. You know, just go out and one game at a time. We just try to go 1-0 every game, and if you go 0-1 that game, you go back to the drawing board. You know, put your chin strap back on and go back out there and give it all you got the next one, and you know, look for a better result. But all in all, it's been a good year one. It's been, you know, like I said, ups and downs. I was telling Coach George last night, sometimes it can be frustrating because you kind of see the potential out there, and you know, it's like, you know, you're just kind of, you know, it's always like one shot away. Like if that shot would have went in, you turn the momentum a little bit. You know, you get a little run going, and then you miss a shot, and they get a layup, and kind of, you know, kills your momentum.
4-point swing.
And then you look up, and they've scored 4 or 6, and because we went down 19 at the half last night and come out, and within 2.5 minutes we'd cut it to 11, and you know, we're on a good little run, and then just shots, you know, kind of quit falling, had an untimely turnover here and there, and you know, look back up and you're back down by 20. So but they're getting there, you know, and that's, you know, with basketball, long season, you know, but I still think we can, you know, I still think we can get to where we want to go and advance out of the area, and from there, you know, who knows what can happen. You know, we saw it last year, you know, in our region, you know. You got a really good Marion County team that you know, beat Brilliant 4 or 5 times, 6 times, whatever it was, and then, you know, it's a whole different game when you get down to Wallace, because, you know, the goals are different, the atmosphere is different, you know. I mean, just everything's different, and
Win that one game.
just gotta win the one game, and you know, but it's going to be fun to see where the rest of the year takes us, and you know, we're going, like I said, we're going to give it everything that we've got to go out and go 1-0 every night, but at the end of the day, it's just effort and attitude. You know, give me maximum effort, have a great attitude, and you know, we'll live with the results. But again, looking forward to the rest of this year, and then, you know, main thing is just trying to, you know, get the culture, get the younger kids. You know, that's the main thing. The youth program's so important, because that's where, you know, it starts is in the youth, and we've got a real good youth program. But we want to get those kids involved, coming to the varsity games and seeing that and wanting to be a part of that. But
Do you show up to the youth games to
yes,
let them see, hey, you know, I'm interested in how you guys are doing, and
yes.
yeah, I think that's important.
I was there from 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. So, but yeah, no, but you know, part of it too is like you look around the state, even right here in our area, winning breeds winning.
Yeah.
So, you know, you've got, if you you know, change that, you know, change the culture at a school, and we have a great culture, so it's not about changing the culture here, but just, you know, you look at schools that, you know, maybe weren't as good, they start winning a little bit, and it kind of changes the culture, and now you know, you start just building perennial, you know, winners, and that's what we're trying to do here. Is we've got the culture. Hackleburg has a great culture. We have the best support. I mean, you look up in the stands at, you know, like last night at an away game, and we've got as many, if not more, fans than the home team. So fan support's been unbelievable. Home games, you know, you can always count on Hackleburg to show up. And that means a lot to the girls. That means a lot to me. I know that means a lot to Coach George. But just
you got to pay the referees out of that too.
Hey, that's right, and it's went up. So.
Yeah, that's. But it's.
We'll come back and forth, but
Yeah.
we'll welcome Coach George in. I know he's probably can't be too late.
Yeah, we got a busy day today, so that's what I got. Yeah, I've been here for a little bit, but we got doing our mock ACT today. We do that about once a month, just like a practice run of the ACT, because we'll have the real ACT in March. So we do it with our 10th and 11th graders, kind of give them a little bit of, you know, just like with sports. If you're going to be good at something, you got to rep it, you got to practice it, you got to, you can't just show up on that day and expect to do well. So, you know, we use that same philosophy in whether it's school, sports, you know, serving others, you know, hard work, you know, is undefeated. So,
Do we have any data to show that particular practice on that it helps on the test when they actually do take it?
Well, we actually just started doing that last year,
Okay.
and we had the highest ACT results that we've ever had. So, which now we had a strong group, but I mean, I think that's proof right there that it definitely had an impact. And you know, taking that test itself is a skill. Just sitting there and going through the test, you know, the knowledge, the content part is totally different. We do that all throughout the year in the class. But as far as being able to sit there, you know, work on timing and, you know, strategy throughout the test, you know, is just like preparing for a game. So, you know, if we just show up on that one day in March 11th and haven't prepared that aspect, we're probably not going to do well. So that's what we try to get a lot out of the mock ACT when we do those, is just working on not only the content knowledge of it, but learning how to maneuver going through the test and strategizing our timing and all of that, and just getting and building that stamina of being able to take a test that long.
Yeah. How long, when they sit down to take that test, how long is that test?
Usually anywhere
3 or
from
4 hours?
I would say 3.5 to 4.5 hours. Yeah. So it's very, lengthy, and it's tough for those kids.
They're on a time limit when they
Yeah,
take it?
there's the English session, the math session, the science session, the reading session, and then we do a writing session. So each one of those are timed.
Yeah. So y'all don't just hand them out. You're kind of coaching them on, hey, here's the best way. If you get hung up on a problem, maybe
Yep.
go to the next one that you do
Yep.
know that you're going to get credit for, And
Yep, that's right. Yeah, and
circle
we do
back if
we do ACT. We got a period in our RTI period where our 11th graders do ACT prep all year long. So they're with their math and English teachers, rotate every 2 weeks. So they're, we've bought programs that help prepare. We bring in people that come in and do boot camps and things like that to just any resource that we think can help in any way. We're going to do that, and we're thankful to have we have the city tax that we that helps us able to do that as well. So and that's what I tell our teachers all the time and our community people. One thing about Hackleburg was there's nothing that if we need something, it gets taken care of, and we're really glad to be able to have those resources to provide to our students.
That I'm sure the county funds everything they can.
Yeah.
But you really can't. The people don't understand. Maybe most of them do, but how important that extra funding going to the school.
That's right. Yep.
Is for.
It is, and the county does. They will provide some of the boot camp and some of those things, and everybody gets that. But there's certain things that we may get that nowhere else in the county gets because was able to do that, from the city tax or from our budget locally. So, over the past couple of years, our kids have got extra prep that other kids in our county hasn't because of our local funds.
Yeah. So we started out kind of on a high, getting their grade from the report card.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yes.
Has that momentum carried over? You feel like?
I feel like so, and just speaking on that, we had the highest report card we've ever had, as well as the elementary. We had a 91. They had a 96. Our score is the highest that a high school has ever had in Marion County. First time they've ever had an A. And that's what I told our teachers when we come back from Christmas break. We've got to continue to stay on that. We've set the standard, and every day. When kids, if you don't feel like they're meeting the standard, you need to call them out and say, hey, we've got a standard here at Hackleburg High School, and you're not reaching that today if they're not. So, and we just, if you talk about culture, and I feel like we've saw a shift in culture over the last 5-6 years as far as academics and coming to school and, take, all of those things. And, those things don't happen overnight, and you got to consistently talk about it, and you got to tell kids how you get there, what it takes to do those things. It don't just miraculously happen. So you got to have buy-in. We have great faculty, great staff, that they're the ones who's the boots on the ground that's going in there every day and setting the tone for our school.
Yeah. So we're, I guess, 5 years removed now from COVID when everything got all messed up. But so are we still virtual school, homeschooling? Has that come down any, and we get more kids back in school?
I would say virtual school. We have Marion County Virtual Academy, which is where our kids can be virtual, and they're still considered Hackleburg High School students. That has probably. We roughly have anywhere from, I'd say, 3 to 6 kids a year that do that, and that stayed pretty consistent. Homeschool has really it grew. At the beginning of the year, we was around 265 kids. We got down at one point a couple weeks ago to 250. We're back up to around 255-ish. And some of those, just move-in transfers, family things like that. But a big portion of those is homeschool. And with the choice, with the Choose Act and things like that, I think you're going to continue to see that. It's not just us. It's all across the state of Alabama. You saw a dip, I want to say around 5,000 kids or something is, what public schools is down.
So is the legislature paying, they passed that bill where they will cover the cost, to what's the word for the school? Charter, not, where they can change schools if they're not meeting academic requirements.
Yeah.
Do they pay the kids to do homeschooling?
Well, they wouldn't pay the kids directly. They would pay for their school, like they would pay that homeschool or that, charter school or that virtual program or whatever they would do, that or private school. They would pay them their
tuition.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if that played an effect on more kids.
I think across the state it is.
Yeah.
I think probably maybe Hackleburg specifically. I don't think that is the case really, and you don't, just because if you say I'm gonna go homeschool, doesn't mean you're getting that money. Right. You've got to get on a list, and each year there are only so many that they're giving out, and I think that for the past year they've met that requirement, and then they'll have a new application. Now it is continuing to grow, and I think that's the issue that public schools are frustrated with, is they're pulling money out of public education and putting into that, and and then if that kid comes back, we have to, we're going to take them back, and we're not going to get that money back. So,
yeah, that's kind of if you're in a failing system, in a public school system, I get it. But if you're in a good system like we have, and most of our schools in Marion County,
they are. Yeah, we've got a really good district here in Marion County.
Rural county, and I think the entire county does great, and especially Hackleburg. So I don't know if there's requirements where, you can move just because you want to, or if the school has to be failing for you to move and receive that money. And I hadn't dug into it enough.
Yeah. As far as being able to move schools like that from public to public, you'd have to be going to a failing school. And we don't. I don't know of any even around, not only in Marion County, but even in Northwest Alabama. I can't think of any off the top of my head that would meet that criteria. So, that's not really an issue as far as that goes.
Yeah. So anything else coming up academically, or anything to do with the school?
Yeah, like I said, this is a busy time of year. I just talked about the ACT, which just will impact our 11th graders, which we will have our 10th graders take it as well, but they don't count for state testing, just the 11th grade, and that's in March. And then in April, we'll have our ACAP, which is our state testing for our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So that's our, we'll have more kids that'll be testing during that time. So, spring is a really busy time for us, and, as far as academic and accountability, all of those things.
Yeah. So we made the move last year to add 6th grade to the high school side.
Yes.
How, I guess, just fill the people in on how that has transpired, if it's worked out well.
Yeah, I think it has went really well. And I'm not just saying, I haven't found any negative to it so far. We really treat that like a middle school. We have with our 6th through 8th grade. They have their own hallway, their own restroom, their own lunch period. So I think it's been a great transition for those kids, those 6th grade kids. Our teachers are certified 6 through 12. A 6th grader is truly a middle school kid. So, and even on the elementary side, I think that has, I think it's been good for them as well. So, and if you just look at our report cards, not that is the main thing that caused that, but obviously it worked. It's not been a negative for our schools because we saw growth. So, You know, but most important, what's best for each kid, and I think it has been. So you know, at the before that summer, as we introduced it, there was some parents that was just a little concerned, my kid being there.
Yeah.
But once we got it going and once we've been in there, I've not heard one complaint or one issue about that. So
Yeah. Well, they probably pictured, you know, that sixth grader going to lunch with that
Yeah.
senior, and you know,
Mhm.
you're, I don't know.
yeah,
how
and that's the thing as far as the restroom, we have that set restroom. A 9th through 12th grader is not even allowed to go in that restroom. It's just for 6th through 8th grade students, and they know that. Our older kids have handled that really well. You know, are they going to meet sometimes in the hallway or going somewhere? Sure, but they would do that on the elementary because we're all under one building. So even elementary kids, there's times going to lunch or library or upstairs, you're going to cross paths, and you know, and we've not had no issues whatsoever with that. Knock on wood, but you know, so. We've got a unique setup anyways, just because we're pre-K through 12 under one building.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty easy transition.
Yeah, not a whole lot of schools can say they're all under one roof. And you know, I kind of wondered in the beginning, well, would that be a good thing, or you know, would that work out? But seems to
It
work out
has.
fine.
It really has. And, you know, you think, because I think about if I was in school, if I was a high schooler, I don't know if I would, man, I don't want to be. But we're at you know, to the point now where most of our kids don't know any different. So it's, you know, and it does. And it's allowed us to, you know, have more of a connection to our elementary school, you know, to our kids, to our staff, to, you know, me and Miss Kenny right there. So I feel like we're just in sync with everything, and it's been a really positive thing for our school and our community.
And then you look at like Andy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these schools, you know, they got 3 or 4 buildings
Yep.
they have to cover.
Yep.
You know, ours can walk the building.
That's right.
You know,
He can make
never
one
have
line
to
down
walk
a hallway, and
outside.
he's
Yeah.
covered. He's in,
Yeah.
you know, at both schools. So it's
Yeah.
same thing with the nurse, and
Yeah.
so yeah, it does. It makes a lot of things convenient and more accessible, especially.
You got a comment, Kelly?
No.
I heard you over here.
No.
Hutty does.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get into this, but you know, Tony brings people in on Friday from
Yeah.
everywhere, and I listen to him, and Jimmy snores up there all the way through it, but people can't believe what you're doing over there.
Well, it ain't just me. There's a lot of
Well,
people.
I understand that, but if it goes bad, they're gonna blame you.
That's true.
Starts
Are
at the
you
top,
following me?
yeah.
I mean,
And that's part of it.
look, but I'm not knocking. You do have a good crew.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, we have people from a lot of places come in here. I hear them, and they can't believe that Hackleburg is good as they are. The facilities as good as they are. How you keep them up. How everything's organized. I'm bragging on you now. I'm just telling you what they say now. And I said, hell, that ain't but the second year he's been principal or something like that. I mean,
Well,
How many has it?
This is actually year 5, so it's flew by.
well, hell, I stay in a coma all the time anyway. And I told him, I said, hell, I saw him play ball here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now he's principal. But anyway, I want to tell you what kind of job you're doing. And I'm not not trying to brown nose. I ain't trying to get nothing out of it. And I'm just telling you that you'd be surprised at the other schools. Now, they want to beat Hackleburg, football, basketball.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's part of it. I said, well, he did too when he played.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean? And that's just kids are, but they can't believe the facilities.
Yeah, well, and that's something that we preach a lot, is taking pride in our facilities. And, you know, if you tell kids, if you're walking down the hallway, you see a piece of trash, pick it up. Don't just walk by it, you know, just little things like that. And, you know, we'll have campus cleanup days where we may take a group of kids, you know, do a little bit of servant project where they will go around, pick up trash, just things like that, you know, that kids learn a lot, you know, besides being in a textbook. There's things that's valuable skills as far as, you know, because when they have their own home or own property one day, of learning to take pride in it and take care of it. And, you know, there's a lot of things like that can be learned at school as well.
And you know, I can sit here as a parent, you know, and and say this honestly, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, a lot of people look at a smaller school and say, well, my kid won't have the opportunity to do this or won't have the opportunity to do that. And I had those thoughts, you know, as Tinley was, you know, in elementary school. I was like, well, she's transitioning to high school. You know, I went to a little bit bigger of a school.
What grade your daughter in?
She's a freshman. Yeah. So.
My God, I'm getting old.
But
Hell,
you
I mean,
know,
when you got married.
We actually got 2 of them.
yeah, I've got 2. But
Yeah, you need to start coaching.
but as you but honestly, you know, when you look at it, you know, you have a lot of school, you know, you think, hey, smaller school, they're not going to have, but we've got, there's nothing at Hackleburg High School that a kid can't do that they want to do.
Right.
Every opportunity is right there, and I think Coach George has, you know, done a fantastic job, you know, and the results.
What do you call him?
Coach George.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not on a first name basis with him yet. I'm getting close.
Well, I mean, most people call him principal or Mr. So.
I go by a lot of
Hey,
things.
He's always coached me.
I should, and I apologize.
No, I
mean,
don't.
I've just always known him
Yeah.
Yeah.
as Trey from when he was
Well,
born all the way
yeah,
up.
me too. But I'm just saying that I hadn't really thought about that. Really, when you go to school here,
Mm-hmm.
play ball here, go back, come back, and
But you know, Coach George talks about buy-in, you know, and getting the kids to buy in. But I think he would tell you just as important as getting me and you and the parents
Absolutely.
to buy in. That's the important things, because right now, you know, a lot of times I probably shouldn't say this, but I'll probably make some people mad. We don't have a kid problem. We've got a parent problem. You know, parents.
well, you're always gonna have it. Look at you.
Yeah.
You're a
but,
parent, ain't you?
Yeah.
Hell, you're the problem.
And I'm part of the problem.
You are the
know,
problem.
We want to, you know, we want to blame somebody else for our
Yeah,
kids,
absolutely.
you know, kids' problems, and
It ain't our fault.
yeah. But no. So the parents, you know, the parents have bought in really well. The kids, of course, and you know, Coach George, he's done a phenomenal job, you know, and I'm not brown nosing either, Hutty. You
Well, you're
know?
doing a pretty good job of it, Jack.
Cody, actually, you might be a little bit. but no.
But whenever, you know, this before school year started, so that with Tinley transitioning to high school, you know, 9th grade, had a meeting, you know, kind of a mandatory parent meeting of, hey, you've got to, you know, be thinking about, and then the kids got to elect what kind of diploma they're going to. And I was, you know, honestly, I was like, all right, well, they're going to have a couple diploma tops, you know, because I truly just didn't know. But, I mean, anything that you could get at, you know, Haleville or Russellville or Hamilton or any big school around here, our kids have the same opportunity and may even have more opportunity in some cases, you know, with some vocational stuff and stuff like that. So just, you know, I couldn't be more proud of our school system and couldn't be more proud to be a part of it. So,
Well, most people come in here don't even think it's a 1A school when they go over. I'm serious. I mean, you tell them we're 1A.
Yeah.
What in the God's name is it 5A or you 7A school or 6A? You know,
Yeah.
you follow me?
Yeah.
I
That's
said,
right.
well, they're not as hard as good as this one right here.
You know,
That
we
tornado
got-
tore us up, but it
Yeah.
came back.
Yeah, it's a
Bill
bad
Campbell
way
did
to
too.
have to
It
get
did.
it, but we deserved it after what we went through, and you know, talking to some people, the school actually was supposed to be built a little finer than I guess what it is, and they had to scale back a little bit due to funding. But yeah, it's a beautiful school, beautiful campus.
Well, at
I'm
one
sure
time they
you
was
did a
gonna
good
move-
job of, because it bothered me sometimes that why aren't y'all taking care of this? You know, cleaning up, cutting it, whatever. And you've done a great job of taking care of all that. Even the football stadium, you know, it's improved.
When you put a dome on it.
That'll be the next thing we're looking
Yeah.
at.
I did see somewhere in China they had some type of blow up dome they were blowing up and doing
Yeah.
construction
Oh, yeah.
under.
yeah.
But
I think around here you wouldn't need the dome for the cold. You'd need it for the hot right at the
Yeah,
beginning of the
that's
season.
right. Especially for football.
Sitting out there 90 degrees on Saturday or Friday nights. Just
Well,
sweating.
and going back to, you know, cleaning up and of course you got to have a vision, but then, you know, it takes a community, a village to do that. So it doesn't matter, you know, we have parents, we have community members, we have, mayor, council. Anytime we need any type of help,
Do what?
people step up and they're
Now,
willing to
you
do
ain't
that.
been lying. Now you started lying.
If this, I don't know if I could count on one hand how many times anybody said no. And seriously, when we ask for something, when it's for our kids in our school, this community steps up and gets it done, and that's just the way it is.
I drove by your place yesterday, and I drove through Phil Campbell, and I remember when the whole town and the whole schools were destroyed. I mean, completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And I looked out there, and both schools, and I saw the kids out there playing, but one thing we're talking about Hackleburg. You can have new stuff, if you ain't got somebody leading,
Absolutely.
you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And you've done a great job, and you'd be surprised. I don't think he born here, raised here. I don't think he'll ever go nowhere else.
Yeah.
But
Couldn't run him off.
well, I mean, the hell, if you got the money and don't have to work, you sit back, and push buttons like you.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, no, I forgot Kenny to push button on you.
Yeah.
Your brother as
Yeah.
your boyfriend. I don't know what it is.
Well, I do got to run because we got that mock ACT starting here in a little bit. My counselors, they've got a counselors meeting today, so I've got to make sure that gets set up and organized. But
Do you have a quick second to
yeah.
talk about the parking lot?
yeah, so we just
That was a
added
need from the
we just
beginning.
added about 70 spots there, and I want to give a shout out to Dr. Sutton. He's the one who was allowed us to be able to do that. That was from state money that the county gets. That could have been allocated at other places. So I'm very appreciative that he chose to do that for our parking at the basketball gym there, and that was very much needed. And
Yes.
I think that's been a big asset. Now our next thing, we're just working on getting the lights and situated and getting some better lighting out there. So we're in the works to get that taken care of too.
Well, I want to know something else. I see them little girls here on Facebook and all that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
When we gonna get a boy?
I don't know if we're going to, Hutty. We may be done there.
Well, I'm
I'm just gonna be a girl dad, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm a girl dad too. No, okay. One's all I needed. I didn't need two.
Know the feeling.
If he liked the mayor,
Blessing and a curse, right?
hey, if he didn't like the mayor, if I
Yeah.
had a boy like the mayor,
The
I'd have
boy,
dropped
I
him a
feel like
long time ago.
You can tell them, no, shut up, but I don't want to hear it anymore. And then a girl, you can
It's tough.
tell them that, but
Well, all right. I'm gonna head back and get this
Appreciate
day
you coming,
started. Yep.
Trent.
Appreciate y'all and
Enjoyed
thank
you
y'all for
being here.
everything y'all do.
all right, we'll have you back
Yeah.
later on in the year.
All right. Sounds good.
See ya.
See, bro.
Well, we're getting close to 8 o'clock, and Cody, I know you've got a lot of money waiting on you to get over there, get to work, and make some moans.
A
And,
lot of it. Lot of it.
Let me tell Cody one thing.
Go ahead.
And the fans. Tonight, now I know this is different one, but the county tournament in Franklin County will be on radio tonight. We're gonna have it. Next week, we've scheduled to do the county tournament. I think it's Bear Creek.
Yep. Is that Bear Creek? Yep.
Or
Start
Phillips. Let me get this right.
where's
Well,
Franklin
Phillips High
County,
School
is it?
at Bear Creek in
Well,
Bear
see,
Creek,
when I was
Alabama.
going to school, there wasn't no such thing as Phillip. There was, but then nobody called it. All Bear Creek. Even on your football and everything else had Bear Creek. Now it's got Phillips.
Most people still call it Bear Creek.
Do you know
That's
Bear
Phillips
Creek
High
and
School.
Phil Campbell have played the first football game under lights in the state of Alabama?
Really? I didn't know
You know
that.
that?
I
Car
didn't know.
lights, yeah.
Car lights.
Parked on the hill and everybody shouting.
They used wash pans, and it used to run right up and down by the highway.
Okay. Yeah, we start.
Ville's daddy played there.
We
Coach
we
Ville's
start the
our
county
granddaddy.
next week. The boys play on Tuesday. I think the county's going to be Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. The boys will play on Tuesday. Can't remember exactly what time. The girls play Thursday, and then the championships are on Friday. But we this week we've got played last night. We've got tonight. Senior night at home against Brilliant starting at 5, and then we're on the road at Phillips to end the week. That will start at 5 on Friday, And then next week's the county, and I think area tournament's going to start somewhere around February 5th. So it's coming to a close, but you know, in year one, you know, wish we could have got, you know, a few more wins than we have right now, but you know, overall we've done pretty well.
Buddy, I've got a meeting at 8.
Well,
so I need
go
to get
ahead.
out here.
Let me,
But,
me and Jimmy were gonna finish that a bit, but anyway, tonight, I think 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, we'll be on the air. We're gonna, I said, tonight, at the Franklin County Tournament, we have, Bear Creek and Vanna,
no,
girls.
not Bear Creek.
Belgrade.
Belgrade, hell, I ain't got my glasses, I can't see it, but I got to see my,
Where's it hosted at?
at,
Tarptown?
Tharptown.
Tarptown.
And that went through had to jump through the loop to get the, internet system out there.
It's a hard system out
Well,
there.
I appreciate Cody coming up today and
Well, go
Trey,
on, let me,
but
I
I've
finished
gotta
on
get-
my story.
Thank
You done talked
Thank you,
enough.
sir.
Yep, thank y'all.
Anyway.
For having me.
Appreciate y'all.
What the way treats me, my grass ain't been cut either. Anyway, also out of that, the boys play, Vanna plays Tharptown.
Should start at 5.
Huh?
Should start at 5.
Who?
The games tonight.
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
probably go on
5:30
about
girls
15
play.
minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Belgrade and
Be
Bynum.
quiet. He,
That'll be,
we talking.
The boys play.
He's talking.
It's all right. We're good.
Well, I can't hear him.
Well, hell, you I was trying to tell you. All right, just keep it on you. You gonna go?
Yeah, I'll go.
Well, move over. I'll slide over here.
Sure. would.
Yeah, I was wasn't trying to be rude to you. I was trying. They couldn't hear both of us. You and him both talking. You, 86 years old. Hell, you ain't
You
supposed
couldn't
to hear it,
understand it, could you?
huh?
You couldn't understand what I'm talking about.
Well, I didn't care. I'm just telling you. 5 o'clock, the game starts on. Don't cut us off nothing. The game starts on tonight at 5 o'clock. We got the county tournament in Franklin County, and then next week we got the Marion County tournament. So we're gonna have basketball running up our ears. All right. Now what do you got, Jimmy?
Are we all?
Who you been on?
Oh,
That's
well.
why I'm trying to get you to be quiet.
No, you're right. We got ball games the whole week. County tournaments, but we got Marion County next week. And Franklin County tournament tonight. Because the Hutty said at 5:30.
5 o'clock.
The girls, is Belgrade and Bynum, kicks it off at 5:30. At 7 o'clock, the boys will be playing. Now, this is at Tharptown. So we had some games last night. I'm going to run through some of the regular games we had last night. The schedules for on Monday night, we had Central over to beat Waterloo, 45-35. This is in Lauderdale County tournament. And Rogers beat Brooks 60-49. Berry beat Vinyl 41-37. Russellville over Haleyville 83-58. Hampton, Mississippi 43, Red Bay 42. And Marion County 61, Phillips 18. And Fayette County 52, Hamilton 40. That's girls action. And boys action, Brooks defeated Rogers 42-26. Central 78, Waterloo 35. Phil Campbell 63, Hackleburg 40. Hamilton 82, Fayette 79. Berry 76, Vinyl 29. And Russellville 61, Haleyville 45. And Marion County 68, and Phillips 47. I get a problem with those. That's the games from last night. And of course, as he says, the county tournaments tonight, they're going to be counting here on the station. And not a whole lot going on besides high school ball county tournament tonight. Well, we've got some regular games going on tonight too. It's not in the county tournament. Let's see, we got Decatur at Mosa Shows, Cobbett County at Clements, Deshler is Decatur at Mosa Shows, Deshler at Hatton, Fairview at Russellville, Giles County, Tennessee, at Lawrence County, Tennessee. Hadelville at Carvin Hill. Hickman County, Tennessee, at Waynes County, Tennessee. Hospital at Mars Hill. James Clemens at Florence. And also we got Shoals Christian at Cherokee and St. Paul II at Covenant Christian. And also last night in the NFL we had the Pittsburgh Steelers was defeated by the Houston team 32-6. So they move on in the playoffs.
Their quarterback retired too.
Huh?
Their quarterback retired too.
Quarterback
Huh?
of who?
Pittsburgh?
You talking about Rogers?
Yeah.
He already done been retired,
Well, I'm telling
as
you.
far as I'm concerned.
I'm just trying to tell you.
Yeah.
What else you got about it?
Ain't a whole lot going on. That's about it.
All right, and little things you better want to check out, people. I try to remember I've got my stuff. I wasn't going to talk to them, but I think Bill Campbell and Hackleburg really has done a good job getting their school back, being really started they did, and I graduated from one school, and it ain't nothing like I was when I graduated.
No,
And that could be a good thing or a bad thing, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
But it's a good thing, really. That bad about my memories. But anyway, hold on a minute. Hutty.
Yeah, it's about time that quarterback retired. He's about as old as you are.
Well, hey, you got another year at quarterback.
He's got another year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. They'll have to roll him out there in a wheelchair.
He's a pretty good ball player, wasn't he? You talking about Phil Campbell?
I missed your show this morning. I got around late. You talk about anything important?
Yeah, yeah. How you got put in jail? And your wife got
Hello?
You heard me, didn't you? Hey.
I can't hear you.
Well, it's your fault. Turn
You
it
might-
up. I'm talking.
You must turn your mic off. I can hear Jimmy, but I can't hear you. Maybe Jimmy's got your mic turned off.
No, my mic ain't turned on, Jack. You don't want to hear me.
You can hear me.
Yeah, I hear you all right, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't hear me,
I don't know what Hutty's doing.
I don't know either. He may be unhooked over there somewhere. But I can.
Yeah. He's one of them button pushers. He's probably pushed the wrong button.
Yeah, he's got plenty of them to push, so he may hit the wrong one.
How about now? Hey,
That's a little better.
what about now?
Yeah, now you in coming in.
Well, it ain't working. It's fine.
They had you turned down like that all morning.
Hold on a minute, damn it, I've got to hit it before again.
Well, he's back and gone out again now.
There must be something going on.
Jerry,
I hear you every now and then.
how about now?
That's better.
Where are you at right now?
I'm just crossed over Bear Creek Bridge, headed to Spruce Pine.
you ought to be able to pick it up in.
Well, he's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm hearing you good. He's about half throttle, I guess. I don't know.
Don't worry about me.
I said, I'm hearing you good, Jimmy, but he's about half volume,
Yeah,
what you are.
that's unusual.
That is. I can't hardly believe it.
What are you doing at Bear Creek? You want to see your girlfriend?
I'm going to Leoma, Tennessee to look at a job.
Leon, Tennessee.
You just going in
Y'all
it.
still building?
Yep, just going.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Hey, Lordy. Well,
This-
I'll get off of here, let him get his buttons figured out. He probably won't put some music on anyway.
Well,
We'll see you.
Hey. Yeah. It's got to be that one. That might have been him. I would. Well, I know that, but hey. All right, I'll get a little different mic. My goodness. Man, what was going on? Anyway, let me go what we're talking about. Can you hear me now? Everything, can you hear me? Well, I don't know what's wrong with the mic. You messed it up. Come up here one day and you tear it up. Damn it. Beat anything up. But anyway, let's get back to where we was at. I got confused.
You was talking about Hackleburn Field Camp or something when you went
Well,
out.
I was just talking about how I went by. And the whole town, both towns were just destroyed. And the town part really is.
You just wonder sometimes, no more what kind of town, where all your kids is coming from, to the school.
Well, I know
the
where.
towns just don't exist anymore.
See, I know where I used to sell insurance back in the old days. I was one that started selling all this insurance for each school, each kid. We covered about 8 or 9 schools. I had to go to each individual. But anyway, that was then.
Yeah, back
1965, 4. And, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But anyway, you take the population, the school district, Philcom really is 3A. It's got such a big district. But you take Hackleburg or Vina or even Red Bay. I mean, truthfully. So if you go to Red Bay, you go not far. You go to Belgreen. You go to Vina. You go to Belmont. Are you following?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, you don't have a big area to draw from.
You hadn't. That's what I'm wondering.
But now you take Philcam, they got almost a pebble.
Yeah.
Test.
And you got it fixed. Anyway, both they've done good. Especially Hackleburg and Philcom School did good. I think the town messed up. They go outside and spend on $3.6 million
Yeah.
outside the city limits. That was pretty damn dumb. And not for the city limits. That's just my opinion. Now, I get start cussing when I think about that. And they tell me how great thou art. But let's go on about something else. Minnesota Attorney General and Mayor, they have sued Trump administration, and they're sitting in the group in there.
How many times has Trump been sued?
Well, I know, but that ain't what I was talking about, Jimmy.
I know what you're talking about, but seems like that's all they're doing.
But what I'm talking about is why, when you want the people from your own part of the country to take care of your own town, take care of your own kids, a whole ball of wax. You had the coach, the principal here this morning, and you could tell he's concerned about it, taking care of Hackleburg. And I'm sure Joe Bart's trying to do the same thing at Philcom and different ones, different places. I understand that. That's what I'm talking about, but I don't know. Anyway.
Well, the principals they got a good responsibility. They got to take care of the kids.
What about Jimmy? And the people out there, what do y'all think about this? Why did the world, these same people say something when the Biden administration, y'all saw it on TV, it was just hundreds and thousands of people come across that border. And 21 million people came across the border. And not one person said a word about it. Now we're trying to take them out of here,
It's hard to get them out than hard to get them in.
Well, yeah, but hell, we let them in.
That's what I'm talking about.
And now then they want to fight. I don't understand that. Now we might get rid of some good people, I'm sure, by mistake. But, you know, all these people are not good.
No.
I mean, really. And you got people talking about the kids here. Well, anywhere. In New York or Chicago or anywhere, Los Angeles. Take your kids to work. Quit worrying about votes. Quit worrying about votes.
Yeah.
Take care of your country or your state or your county or your city. And they don't do that. And then Trump also, now I like this part, he's trying to get a 10-cent sales tax, 10-cent interest on credit cards. You know, credit cards running 20 to 25%. And then people are getting ripped off big time, and that's where they're making the money. You take 25% of everything you spend, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. 25% is.
Well, that's what they charge you on your credit card.
That's about a fourth of what it is, yeah.
And they've got, and he's trying to get a law passed at 10%, which I don't think you will, because there's too much money involved in it.
That's true.
And I don't think that's gonna happen, but that's what he's trying to say. And I don't know. Our old senator Kelly was out in space. Now he was a senator, and his wife got shot in California or Arizona.
Yeah.
He's trying to sue the defense. I don't know what we're going to call that now, but I call it the Secretary of Defense.
I don't know. People sue.
Well,
Over
what about,
anything.
Jimmy, what I don't understand is people don't understand why don't they take care of our own? You know, we've got elder people, we've got sick people, we've got people with disability, and we're taking care of theirs. We're not taking care of ours like we were to. I mean, really. And I know it's the big cities now, but it's going to get down to the small cities. And it's in the small cities now. Some of them, just like they go outside the city limits to Phil Campbell and spend $6.3 million or $3.6 million and buy land outside the city limits and build a plant out there. I mean, and they don't get no tax, they don't get nothing off of it. That don't make a hell of a lot of sense. I mean, they didn't.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And, you know, that's what I'm going by. And I don't know that they put the what's the old girl's name? Secretary of Homeland Security, the good-looking one. But they want to put everybody in jail and want to sue everybody for doing their job.
Well, that's what I was talking about.
Well, I couldn't understand what you're talking about.
But it's about suing them, everything you turn around on. I don't know. This government's all messed up.
You take the police commissioner or chief of police in Philadelphia and saying if ICE come in there, she would take care of them. Don't they know that the federal government is over the local government? Period. I don't know if you know that or not. I mean, if the federal government wants something, that's how it's going to be. I mean, you would have the sheriff, and I'm not knocking the sheriffs now, right now. I might later, but I'm not now. But if the sheriff department, if the sheriff wanted to go against somebody and it was wrong against a federal, they couldn't do it either.
No.
All right.
I don't know.
Are you going to any ball game?
No, I haven't been none this week. I don't know whether I go to one of the county tournament games or what this week. I don't know. What's the deal on the? You heard any more about the deal on the nurses?
What?
The nurses on the strike. Have you heard any
No,
more
I
about
haven't.
that?
I'll be honest with you. I see. See, yesterday morning I didn't I didn't know about the show. We was gonna have to do it the Saturday, Sunday, and I did not. I couldn't get the mayor or the Higgins this morning, or I think he called me at 8 o'clock. I didn't know where they'd make it, and put it this way, when I don't know nothing, I don't sleep. I was up all night, and I wasn't worried about doing the show. Anyway,
I just wondering, you know, if you heard any more about it, if it's spreading out anywhere else besides New York.
well, I'm sure it will be, Jimmy.
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering. See, I got a little invested in. I got a granddaughter as a nurse, so I was wondering if anything might come out this way.
Granddaughter. Is that
Yeah.
Tracy's?
Daughter, she's a nurse at ECM.
I don't know.
Helen Keller, I mean.
Well, that's two different hospitals now.
Yeah. She's a nurse.
I don't want.
So it starts affecting people around here. It'll be hard.
What?
We start nurses getting affected around here. It's gonna be hard on people when we don't have no nurses to take care of us for a while.
Well, I think they'll get that straight.
Surely they will.
Well, they always do.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff they put it just make us sweat. Like your Social Security or your income tax and all this old stuff. And we got rules to go by. We're supposed to. We know what they are. When you don't pay your taxes, you know damn well you're going to trouble sooner or later.
Somebody gonna come after you. Ain't
Well, that's what I'm telling you. And a whole ball of wax. Anyway, Tony be up there at, he got it right here, 5 o'clock, I believe. Jimmy might be giving me some, well, he said that, kind of start to be on the radio at 5 o'clock, start at 5 o'clock, it'd be at Thorntown. And
Yeah, the first game's at 5:30. Yeah.
well,
He'll
I'm
be
talking
there
about
at
on
5.
the air, Jimmy.
Well, he's gonna come on for the introduction.
Well,
and
that's
everything.
what you getting them confused now. That's what
oh.
I'm saying, 5 o'clock on the radio.
If they turn it on, they'll get it because they won't be confused.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. 5 o'clock, you're gonna be on the radio, and 5:30, I think it comes on. And then Marion County next week, it's going to start the same time, 5 o'clock. And it's the 20th, 22nd, 23rd. That'll be at Bear Creek.
Go be at Phillips. As we said, Bear Creek or Phillips.
Well, you know, as many, I don't know if there's many like me, the Hudsons, most of them done died off of Brown. But, you know, there used to be a lot of Phillips down there. That's why it's called Phillips. But
Is that why they switched it over to Phillips?
no, it's been Phillips all along.
Oh, well, all my years knowing that Bear Creek's all I
Well,
had
that's
called.
what I was telling you a while ago. But see, now then, we've got sophisticated, and they started calling it what it's really supposed to be called, Phillips.
Yeah.
And so that they go by red and black. They used to be red and white.
Still are, ain't they? Red and white.
But last time I saw them play, they were wearing red and black. You know, I'm talking. A lot of schools went that black. I don't know what for.
They like it, I reckon. I see a lot of them too. I tell you what, you put them black numbers on and everything, you can't tell. You can't see the numbers.
You put
They don't show up.
You put a gold number on a jersey, on a white jersey, you can't see it either.
No, you can't.
And,
It's hard to call.
Jerry, okay. All right. Jerry tell me we're all right on that. We just ain't got the right stuff. We've had a lot of conflict this morning, and I'm looking at two things I'm looking for to work up here. I'm looking for somebody to come in here and let us. We know you don't know what's going on, and teach you how to start this program or any other program we got, and do ball games too, a little bit too. And Jerry's a good teacher, and I know a little bit, not like he knows, but he ain't that much.
I'm out in left field on all that. I'm not good at that. computers.
Well, you ain't good at nothing. You don't even look good, tell you the truth.
Uh,
Them little girls out west tell you how handsome you are.
they know.
Hell, they can't see.
Them people out there know what good-looking people are down
They
south.
so blind. They so blind they can't see you.
But they
Huh?
got good taste. You know that.
No, I'm sorry. Looking at you, I know they ain't got no good taste.
Uh,
Anyway, you got that for tonight? You gonna handle the night? All right. We're getting organized now. He's leaving. But anyway, I wish we'd get our stuff settled on his immigration. We've got him in here. Now, one thing about 20 years ago, 25, when I was against it, the ones that Russell turned out pretty good, really. We had a few bad ones, but overall it turned out pretty good. And but when they started emptying their mental institution and people in jail, I worry about it. I've got great grandbabies now and stuff like that. You got kids. I want to make sure they protected.
yeah.
I'd like them to learn the American way a little bit. I don't see. I mean, you're a lot older than me, a lot older.
Yeah.
I can't see.
I've seen a lot of things went on down through
Well,
my
you
years.
talk about your daddy or his daddy. Could they believe what's going on, or just saying that?
I wouldn't even know what to think right
Well, that's the
now.
way mine would be.
No.
And why don't we get back to the American way?
Yeah, where's all these people used to, help each other, do things for each other. I mean, you didn't hear of all this going on. It might have been going on, but we didn't have no communication, no way to know. But so many people in the world now, that's the reason there's more things going on. The population's so big now. Because back when you was growing up, it seemed like it wasn't many people. Just the neighbor people around you.
Well, Jimmy, last 4 years, they let 21 million people we know of come in the United States.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm talking about.
A million's a lot of people. You bring 21 million, and you take Minnesota. Do you think, what's her name, and all these brought over here are for us?
Yeah.
And here they are senators now, and representatives now, son. I mean, what in the hell are they trying to do? Destroy us within?
They trying to tear us up. Yep.
I mean,
You talk about population and everything now. You used to, little town, you go into like little Hackleburg, in a small place. You knew everybody lived in that town. You knew it all about it, all the ancestors and everything. But now you can go out somewhere and look around. People come in and out of stores. I don't know none of them. I mean, I don't know any of these populations. Our generation is gone.
well, Jimmy, what they've done is they give these people, they've got to eat, they got to sleep. Just look at the housing industry. What kind of shape it's in. I mean, really, and rental units. I mean, right now, rent is outrageous, and buying a house is outrageous. Why?
Yeah.
We've got the population, but having to listen, the people raised here are we the same people who've been there, and we're showing 53 or 55% are just really Americans, been raised, born here. Now, it's better now than it was on kind of, Russell and different places integrated about 25 years ago.
You go downtown Russell right now, population, I guess Spanish is about probably, right now, 75% of them.
Well, I mean,
And the American people, not very many of them. they've changed the town. It's not the same. You just go through town, you see, look at a lot parking lots and stuff, houses just piled up. I mean, they living their way of standard over here.
Well, it's
And
not
really
only,
making
it's not
it look
only
bad.
Russell, it's everywhere, son.
It's everywhere.
I mean, if you look at a good example. Now, they don't have many stores here in Hackleburg, which they need, where they ought to work on. They don't have them. They've got a few. But they spent the money on, different things. Not on the radio, but they ain't give me one damn dime, not one penny. I mean, I pay the whole ball of wax. It's like you would have done. But you take, why would you go out, like Phil came, why would you go outside the city limits? Now they've changed administration, and I understand it, $3.6 million outside the city limits. And they had their health inspector red tag the shirt down there. Now I think the church's been resold, or you follow me? And building it now. And I think the Lord punishes us every once in a while when we do crazy things.
Well, sure, I know it does.
And of course, the guy died, and that's why he won't let him go in. He won't let him go. And I don't blame him. I mean, to me, when you go to a store at church or anything like that, I think you're really messing up. You try kicking good Lord and the side, he gonna kick you a lot harder, brother.
Yeah, I think a lot. When you start messing with churches and, just breaking, destroying them, and then you take, one thing that really burned me up, people that go out to these cemeteries and steal flowers off of graves.
Well,
that's happened to me.
I've tried, happened to you?
Yeah.
It happened to me. Now when I take my wife and my mom and daddy's flowers off, they're in good shape. My daughter makes sure that we're gonna have. I kind of let my daughter run my business on stuff like that. They like you, but they're not you to her and the grave. Are you following?
Mm-hmm.
I go put them on like some of my. I got a lot of friends in these buried. We've got so many people died. It's pathetic. Everybody has.
Oh,
I go put. If they don't have anything, I go put them on them. Just throw them in a trash can.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, really. And and one couple, a couple I put on that I know that they left their family a bunch of money, and they want to buy them flowers. Now, man, I don't know if them flowers do any good or not.
Well, it just burns you up. It's low down. Everybody does such things as that, And flowers this day and time, it's not give to you anymore. And people, I don't know. That's about as low down you get.
Well, most of that started in the South, But
Yeah.
I reckon between the Civil War and all these flags we had around here,
Yeah.
and the Indians back in the old days, hell, we had a lot of people die. Anyway, I don't know. I ride down the road and I see some old I guess you do too, some graves graveyards, not big ones, but small ones, that before they passed the law, you got to be buried.
Yeah. Got their own.
That
Yeah.
is about grown up, and in 10, 15 years, I mean, some of them may be behind the garden over them. You know what I mean?
I know.
Everybody done died, they know it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing about you now. When they bury you, they're gonna probably know you. They won't grow much. Hell, you ain't got enough stuff in you to make them flowers grow. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to get out of here. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, sir. I ain't got a whole lot to say. No.
All right, what's the ball games? What you got going over there now? Right back like they might have missed them a while ago.
Yeah, tonight, don't forget that you got the county tournament at Thorpe Town. As Hutty says, The radio will be come on about 5 o'clock, Tony. Then 5:30 the game starts. You got Belgrade and Vinyl playing tonight. So if you can't get out the game, turn your radio on
Well,
and
else
sit
you
there at
got
the house and
tonight?
listen to it.
Who else you got playing tonight?
That's all in the county tournaments.
Well,
you
I
got
mean,
the Lauderdale, you
anybody
got the
play.
Lauderdale County tournament going on.
Well, anybody else playing?
Well, I done told them Briga's playing
Well, I know,
Hackberg.
but hell, Jimmy,
Briga's playing at home tonight. I mean, Hackberg's at home against Briga tonight. I don't give the schedule.
well, Jimmy, that was 30 minutes ago.
Well, I give them again right quick.
What I'm asking you?
All right, let's hold on just a second. Before we get off the air, we got tonight, you got Brigham at Hackleburg, Decatur's at most shows, Desert at Hatton, Fairview at Russellville, Hateable at Carbon Hill, Huntsville at Mars Hill, James Clemens at Florence, and Schultz Christian at Cherokee, and John Paul II at Covenant Christian. And that's the lineup for the high school game. Now, of course, we got 2 SEC games tonight on TV. You got Texas A&M and Tennessee and Alabama and Mississippi State tonight on TV.
Well,
One's at 6 o'clock and the other's at 8 o'clock.
Tonight, Tennessee and Texas, you think we're going to play?
Yeah.
Well, see, the Tennessee coach came from Texas, didn't he?
Yeah, you're talking about Rick Barnes, yeah. Yeah, he's been both places. He's still coaching.
I know it.
Texas, they got a pretty good team. You know, they beat Alabama Saturday.
I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it.
Didn't look too bad. So they're going to play it. But Tennessee got beat out pretty bad the other day.
What about,
Texas A&M's playing Tennessee. It's not Texas.
well, you said, I'm going with what you said, hell, what about, what's wrong with Alabama?
Well, they can't rebound, rebound. They can't shoot 3 throws. They can't rebound. That's the 2 main things. You got to have rebound. They don't have that one big guy in the middle. And the other night, they just kept out rebounding. That's what beat them. But if it hit 3 throws, they'd have won. Besides that, I mean, they've done pretty well all season long. But you got to rebound.
Well, I thought they were going to be really one of the best teams in the nation, really, what I thought they were going to be.
Well, we'll find out again tonight if they respond. Now, Vanderbilt, you have to give them credit. They got a good ball club. They undefeated, and the girls also. The girls are number 5 in the nation. And,
Alabama play them tonight, don't they?
no, Alabama plays, well, I said the Mississippi State tonight.
Well, when they play Alabama,
Well, no one got Vandy again. But now the girls plays Vandy again here pretty soon. So that's pretty good, 16-0. That's the first time Vanderbilt girls ever been, that high in the rankings. And the boys are about the same. They do an outstanding job too.
well, the girls, really, I went and watched, you and Barnwell, a few of them went out and watched the tournament in Whitfield.
Mm-hmm.
Our teams are not exception, really great. Like I haven't seen all of them, each team better than what they are now. They're not bad now, okay? But they don't have the tall girls no more.
No, that's what I was saying. Where all the height went? None of them have any. I don't know of any teams I've seen this year has got a real tall. Anybody over 6'1", I don't guess. And all the teams is about the same. I mean, like you said, one night, one team beat the other, another beat the other, so it's changed up a lot. And a lot of these kids ain't going out. I've seen a lot of these girls all be playing basketball. Some of them tall, but they don't even participate. And they just ain't got it. They won't do it no more. Got too many other things to do, I reckon. They didn't like it about me and you did. We didn't have nothing else to do but run up and down the floor, and that's about it.
Well, where
Nothing
else
else to do.
We gotta have money to get the show.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go to the show.
But the one thing about it, we played because we wanted to play. We loved to play. That's what we wanted to do. But now I think if somebody's playing now, it's because somebody else wants them to. I don't think they want, to put out and play ball. And that's what I think.
Well, there's something wrong. I see that myself.
Because we lived on, on dirt courts. About what we played. We played outside most of the time, then played inside. But there's a difference. phase now than it was back in our old days. We didn't have nothing to do. We didn't have these cars. We didn't have nothing, to go places, nowhere to do this.
They've had cars for a while now. And
Yeah, but I didn't have.
Well, I know that.
I'm talking about all
But
students got
they
them now.
86. Hell,
Huh?
they ain't but 16.
Yeah, I know it, but
I mean-
students now, all of them
Well,
got
I
vehicles.
mean, even the 40s now, listen, 50s, the same way.
Well, when you was going to school, how many cars? How many cars?
But Jimmy, that's 60, 80
well,
years ago.
well, I know it is, but how
Well,
many
I'm
cars?
talking about it didn't change that way. I mean, 40, 50 years ago, it wasn't that way. It wasn't that way.
What?
What you were talking about?
Well, when I was in school, it wasn't. I didn't.
We all had horses. and
Didn't
mules.
nobody have a car? Not the
Well,
first.
Jimmy, there was 4 cars, but I'm telling you, my daughter's 53, okay? 53. I carried her to school. And them people, they had cars out there then.
Well, certain people, yeah, I know people had cars,
Well, all right.
but we couldn't afford cars.
Yeah, but Jimmy, hell, we ain't talking about you. We're talking about
I'm talking about other people couldn't afford cars.
Well, Jimmy, I know that. I couldn't either. What we talking about now? We talking about when you.
Well, I know now you go
50
to school.
years ago, they had cars too.
Yeah, not like now. But I believe more populated people now. But you,
Well, Jimmy, I'm just telling you, they had a lot of cars. Kids had cars. I bought my girl even a car back then.
you might have one. You're one of the richer people.
Oh, you crazy Taylor, Jimmy. But I'm just saying,
But-
I mean, you're trying to throw the other, but back then they had, it's really changed when we started getting all the people come in the United States. We've had more people come in the United States. And right now, I read the survey that I think they're saying 43% of the people wasn't born in the United States of America. Now you go out there and you look up there at the gymnasium and the whole bleacher or a football field, and 6 out of 10 was born in the United States. And you start taking 40%, I didn't say 40, but it's pretty close to it. 40% of the people from outsiders. They come in here. Most of them were just like us. They were broke. They got hit. They fit good with us. That's why they want to come to the South. Because we really, the Southern people really ain't had the stuff that the Northeast has. I mean, when you finish school and I finished school, you know everybody went to Rockford or Chicago.
Yeah,
I mean, there wasn't no jobs around here.
I know it.
And you make $5 and $10, and you can't raise a family on $5, $10 or $100 a week.
Probably back when you finished and I finished, most of the kids left out. They went to a different place.
Well, they had to, Jim.
Not very many people stayed right here at
And
home.
If you stop and look now, I know they're paying more than they have now, but other than the mobile home industry, the textile business is gone. The mobile home
Oh, yeah.
business is still in business. But if you're a young girl or female that wants to stay here, what are they really they can go into now? I mean, really, and make money.
I know it. Of course, I know when my wife finished school, that's where she went, to Chicago. And
What?
She stayed up there. When my wife finished school, she left went to Chicago. And she stayed up there for 10, 15 years. Because couldn't find nowhere down here to work.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. But right now, we don't really have the jobs down here. Now, they do. Now, if you just listen to Huntsville. I had, where you and I live, I'm 7 miles out of Marion County. I live in Huntsville. Huntsville is just covered up. They ain't gonna have, and Decatur, and they ain't gonna have people. Athens is gonna be a big town. Athens is gonna be one of the biggest towns around this part of the country. Let me tell you, brought up back in Athens, I think Russell and all of them back in the 5A football, 6A football when they played, Coleman, all of them. What is Russell gonna wind up being? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to division? How about? Oh,
They're gonna wind up 5A right now, but
well, they 5A now.
I know it. I don't know where they're gonna go. I don't know. After they get all this classification, I don't know where they're gonna wind up at. All these private schools that will go out. There's gonna be a lot of changes around in classifications.
But private schools ain't going to pass. I was reading this morning, or
You don't think it's gonna pass?
well, 40. I think that they saying 43% or 46% is for
For,
regular school,
yeah,
and about 43%. It ain't about 4 or 5% different. Is for private for
it's
Keep it-
running close. Ain't
keep
it?
it. And I can't. I really, as playing ball, I can't see where that the private schools hasn't changed. Now some private schools do, but I do think they have to do a little recruiting. But the same teams that are in there every year, every year,
Yep. You just go down through it.
every year. That's the same.
Cabinet, or all these privates.
All right, folks. Anything else you want to say?
No, just go out and watch your ball games tonight. We'll be back here tomorrow
But if you don't
sometime.
want to go out and watch, you turn on 95.5.
No, that's what I said.
Listen, Tony Shackford.
Turn it
Holler,
on.
looky, 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 looky.
Yeah. Y'all have a good
I
day.
reckon Tony thinks we can see it.
We'd we'd sit there and see him running up down through there.
No, I'm talking about on football.
Looky,
game.
looky.
In football, he howled, looky, looky, looky. Hell, we can't see it, Tony.
He said the head
I'm
toward.
not criticizing. He does a good job.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm laughing at him.
He said head towards the field house. I can't see the field house.
It
Oh.
ain't everybody knows.
Yeah.
And not criticize Tony and them. I think he do a good job. Now, I'm not really doing it. And between him and my referee buddies, want to talk about the referees all the time. And he's a referee. If I was a referee, I sure wouldn't be talking about him, would you? I think we got a crazy bunch.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we're going to get out of here, and we appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.